Well, friends, here we are. It's the very first episode of the English and Englishman Show. And right from the off, I'm going to press the legendary countdown so that this chap and I try and stick to a 30-minute show. Who the heck are you?
Wait. Just hang on a minute. You call that an introduction?
Well, you know, best I can do on the first episode.
Yeah, and everybody knows that timer is there just for you to hog all of the time, so that you can just keep hitting me with the stopwatch, right?
It's so I can actually prompt you, because I know how much you can go on, can prompt you that we're approaching the end of the show. Yeah. Now, we must remember not to try and talk over each other. That is kind of, you know, we're meant to be professionals, Mr. English. So.
Okay, and now, Mr. Englishman, can I just remind you of something? We must remember not to talk over the top of each other.
Okay, shall we practice that? Shall we practice that then, shall we?
No, can you say that? Wait.
Okay, look, come on. You know, what the heck is this show?
Go. And get on with it. Okay, the time is running.
What the heck is this show anyway? Come on, that people need to know.
Do they really?
Well, it's a starting point, isn't it? Was it? No, I remember because I thought, this kind of friend of mine, kind of thing. He's kind of called English, and I'm English, and then I came up with English and the Englishman, wasn't it?
That was the most ridiculous name of a show. Like, no wonder nobody's watching this.
Well, you were, with your PR and media background, did the necessary removal of the word "the."
Yes.
And then you came up and said, like, let's think about the demographic, the target market, all this kind of stuff, because let's be honest, behind the scenes, this is a monetizing, a secret monetizing exercise. And
it really said, okay, now, thanks.
That's who is it that we're trying? How does that work? Like, who are we trying to get in the picture here? And you alluded to women, actually. And so I immediately designed a pink logo. Ta-da!
Absolutely superb. Like that would have taken me 20 years of marketing to learn that one.
I haven't been on the kind of design marketing coalface for 30 years not to know these things. Okay. Come on. So we kind of like got a loose framework until people can guide us as to the kind of things they want us to talk about. Because let's face it.
We're going to ask them? We're going to ask them?
Well, it probably makes sense, because otherwise they might
Is anybody even out there? Nobody's going to be listening. Okay, well, I'm going to... Okay.
You start.
I'm starting. I'm starting with the humble brag. What is the humble brag? You tell me what it is officially, and especially on LinkedIn, what a humble brag is, and then I'll tell you how to do it.
Okay. Well, a humble brag
Make it fast.
Okay. A humble brag is a brag dressed up not to be a brag. Okay. So instead of saying, I'm proud to have been chosen as this, somebody will say, I'm humbled to be chosen to be this.
Is that it?
It's kind of like, no, you're not. You're not. You're proud of it. And why not be? Why not be? Okay. Why do we have to dress it up in this? What is that all about? What is the psychology going on there? I've got some other thoughts on it, but why do you think, or don't you think there's...
About the humility thing. Also, humility... I mean, no one wants a boaster, okay? And nobody wants somebody to be boasting. They like humility. We like humility because it's rare. It's especially rare on English and Englishman, I should add. And so bragging of your is not the thing to do. So you got to be humble, okay? Can we just note that down? Do you have any paper with you?
I do. You wanted me to note down that you are humble.
No, not that I'm humble, okay? There's no point me saying that. Because if I say that I'm humble, then that's bragging, all right, about my humility. which defeats the purpose. Okay? But if somebody else says I'm humble, then that's good. That's very good. In fact, Belinda Aramedi in Canada said that I was humble. And I think that you should cut and paste and share that with people on the show.
Okay.
But don't tell them that I said it.
Well, I won't do that because, of course, I don't.
But can you write down for yourself these two words, please?
Yes, I'm writing it down now.
B-E, not B-double-E. B-E.
B-E, yeah.
B-E, humble.
Okay. What I've written down in reality is Anthony English is proud of his humility.
Well, if you've got it, flaunt it. That's what I say, you know.
And if you haven't?
How
did you get around it?
So part of the problem on LinkedIn is that everybody is being somebody else. This is a big problem. Nobody is being themselves, except me.
I think there's a wider issue.
Yep.
I think a lot of people think of social media, a tool like LinkedIn, they think of it through a PR lens, a PR opportunity lens.
Yeah.
And they don't think of it in terms of what it actually is, a social medium. And they don't really understand what it's like not to actually just speak about themselves all the time.
Right. Well, I speak about myself a lot of the time, but here is because pretty much my favorite topic, right? But here is the thing is that when you are speaking on LinkedIn, you've got to break through some barriers here. You've got to break through, you've got to smash through some people have got masks. They've all got they've got their masks up there. How many times do people say, look, you know, things have gone really, really bad?
Can I just come in there? Can I just say that I'm very grateful that you often wear a mask, like today?
Darrel, that is not funny.
Sorry, you are on a serious point now, and you know.
You made it flippant. Okay, look, is that timer still running?
Let's see, what are we on? 22 minutes left. Crikey, we've eaten up a whole minute.
Can we finish it up now? Can we wrap this up? I think we've got to wrap.
Oh, mate. Okay, you know, you were saying, though, come on, you were making it.
I don't know what I was saying. People wear masks. We are talking at people. We are selling at people.
Yes.
Okay? And we're assuming, making assumptions.
Yeah.
Okay? We're just assuming that people actually want what we've got.
Yeah.
Well, I know I don't have to assume. I know that they want what I've got, but I don't know about you.
Yeah. Well, this is the challenge, I think, for us all to understand that nobody really cares unless you make them care. And I think this is the skill. This is why we need to understand that being social with social media, so networking with our connections and adding value to them, makes them care about us. And then in that context, the occasional humble brag will work because they will celebrate with us. But then we don't even need to humble brag. We can just say, I've been chosen for this. Isn't it wonderful? And because we've been adding value and because we've been engaging with their content and because we're building relationships, which 90% plus of LinkedIn users aren't doing at all, they're just doing the broadcast thing. Because we're doing it well, people celebrate. It's a big subject, but we've got time.
It sounds like I've got you on your high horse now.
Yeah, my soapbox, it was quite low to the ground today.
Your soapbox?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what I do. Here's what I do when I connect with people. Okay, they comment on my posts. Wow, Anthony, you're so good. You're so funny. What about the magpie swoop? Okay, does anyone see that magpie swoop? Right, I'm out there. I'm doing my video, and a magpie comes down. A bird comes down, swoops down on top of my head. Okay, and I run for my life. Mid-sentence, by the way, I was speechless. Will you stop laughing when I say that I'm speechless? I was. I've got a video evidence of it. I was speechless.
You did look terrified. As I would have been, to be honest with you.
And then as I ran, the magpie swooped me 3 times. And then at the end, you see me smile. Why do you think I smiled?
Because you knew you had some gold content.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, dear.
And I thought, well, now, great. Now I don't have to record all of that other stuff on that I was going to record. I was actually going to make a serious point. Now I don't have to.
Well, yeah. I wanted to say also that people, yes, sometimes I'm a grumpy old man, but that's not the reason why I... It's not the sole reason.
Sorry, what was that you just said, Darrel?
I'm not always a grumpy old man. Sometimes I am. I'm not, I don't just have this thing against humblebrags. I actually care that people understand that they don't work very well. And this is the issue. I think a lot of people are wasting. Honestly, I think a lot of people are wasting their time. They're wasting their time. This is the company structure. So what they do, so I have no time to do this, give this all to the media, social media, the marketing department takes care of this. They just post this continual stuff that nobody cares about apart from them. And wonder why they're getting no engagement. Humblebrags fits into that kind of
gotcha. So how do you? Okay, so when you connect on LinkedIn, here's what I do. When I connect with them, so somebody might comment on my post, and then they'll send me an invitation to connect. Hardly anyone ever sends a personalized invitation. Those very few who do sometimes send something like this. Hey there, Anthony. I see we've got a lot of connections in common, which basically means they've been on LinkedIn for more than 3 days. Yes, we have a lot of connections in common. Or, wow, I liked what I saw in your profile. I thought it'd be interesting for us to connect. Yeah. Fantastic. I've got no idea whether they actually care about me, whether they've read my profile. I got no clue. And so when I read their profile, really? You connect with my profile? Like you haven't just sent this out for some bot that has sent this out to 4,000 people today, or the maximum number of connections you can get on LinkedIn. Well, hey there, what was it in particular that jumped out at you about my profile? What did you like in particular? Stopped.
Yeah, silence. Exactly.
Yeah. Now, so if they actually send an invitation and they say, Anthony, I saw you on English and Englishman, and you were really, really funny. And how come Darrel's there? He's the timekeeper, right?
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. Then if that happens, then I'm going to connect. Like that will cut through all of the noise.
Yeah.
And then once they do that, here's what I do. I go, before I hit accept, I'm going to view their profile. Get a quick rundown on the summary. Wait, who is this guy? What's this lady doing? What's she on about? Yep. And then if they've got an article is different from a post on LinkedIn. An article, and if it's a recent article in the last 2 or 3 months, I'm going to read the article. And then I'm going to have something to write back to them about.
Yeah.
Then when I accept, then I'm going to send them a video.
But that
45 seconds, personalized video, just for them.
That is because you understand the concept that this isn't about you. This is fundamentally you using your people skills to get on their side. Essentially, it is sales and marketing. There's no getting away from that. It's just done in a way, you know, like I say many times, this isn't a phone anymore. This is the power of choice. And if I just...
That's really good, Darrel.
Hmm?
That's really good. That's your slogan, is it? This isn't a phone anymore. This is the power of choice.
The power of choice in the hand of your prospective customer. Okay. Mm-hmm. I have the power. If you all you post is humble brags, for example, I'm going to get pretty sick of that. All I've got to do is scroll past. That's all I've got to do. Make me care.
Make me care.
Make me care. Add value in my news feed so that I want to engage with it and engage with my stuff. So I don't think it's all about you. You know, it's simple human engagement in a digital world. That's what it is. Again, I've got back up on my soapbox, Aaron.
Sounds like you're going to be spending the whole of E&E on this.
That's it. I'm just staying on it now.
You're just staying on it? Okay, don't slip off.
I've nailed my feet to it.
By the way, I need to tell you that this mug's best dad ever. Can you read that, or is that backwards?
I can read it. Well, I can read it, yeah. Whether it's backwards, you know.
It says best dad ever.
Right.
I only made one of these.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. This is the best dad ever mug.
And who gave you that?
I bought it, but that's
I bought it for myself. Yes. humblebrag.com.
Humblebrag.com. That's what we should do. Is humblebrag.com. That would be really good.
Humblebrag.com.au, and we can just call out humblebrag. We just become the digital police and just post bad humblebrags everywhere.
That's what you are. You're the LinkedIn police, aren't you? Are you the sort of guy? This is what I want to know. Are you the sort of guy who's somebody writes this amazing, beautiful story about how they, met their long lost brother after like 40 years, thinking that he was dead, and then meeting him again on LinkedIn, and then you write in and you just say, you made a typo there. Like, you're that sort of guy, aren't you?
That belongs on Facebook, kind of thing.
Facebook, is it?
No.
That belongs on Facebook.
So what I do is I don't actually make any comment at all. I make a mental note, and I go and create my own post, and then I start with it. I'm not the LinkedIn police, however. And then that's the way I get it off my chest that way.
Now listen, Darrel, I want to tell you, we have got a massive audience here, massive. A lot of people, of course. Okay, they've come to see me.
You have in your house?
No, not in my house. On LinkedIn, people are watching. Yeah. Hey, they're fans. And you're all important to me. I love yous all. And that's what we say in Australia, yous. I love yous all. So there's a whole lot of nobodies out there who are just not that important to you or me, but they're out there, and we're gonna turn this into money somehow. How's that gonna happen?
Well, hashtag Team English, hashtag Team Englishman. I guess that's one way to find out.
Oh, that's brilliant. Hashtag Team English, hashtag Team Englishman. Well, that's really succinct.
We can then...
Mate, somebody in the marketing team deserves a pay rise over that one.
I've just come up with it. So therefore, I will just add a naught to my naught salary.
I'll double that. And so...
I'll raise you naught.
How are we going to turn this into money? That's what I want to know. Because English and Englishman, I just think it's a great idea, great concept, but basically it's an idea that you had in the shower, right?
I'm not going to deny it, but okay. I'm sure Henry T. Ford dreamt of his first Model T in the shower.
Well, maybe he did. I've got no idea. But if Henry T. Ford did think of his first Model T in the shower, he then got out and actually went down to the factory and built something that was actually useful for the audience who were riding around on horses or walking around.
And then what he did is he jumped on LinkedIn and did a humble brag. I was humbled that in the shower, I came up with the concept for this car.
So an idea in the shower does not turn into money.
No. Well,
So,
and look, you know, and this is.
Oh, here we go. I'm about to get a lecture again.
This is about.
Oh, here come on. Don't tell me. Look, I know you too well. I know what it's going to be about.
This is about
community. It's about building relationships. And then, like, after 90 years of people watching LinkedIn, you're going to dare to offer them like a $29 ebook. That's your business plan, isn't it?
2 years.
2 years.
Yes and no.
Okay.
The skill here is helping people. You know, people want to, you know, let's use that Bob Berg quote, you know, all things being equal, people like to do business with those that they know, like, and trust. Most people on LinkedIn aren't doing any of that. They're just broadcasting. So this is what we are partly trying to do, helping people to get to know and like us. Well, hopefully know and like me, know you in a vague sort of way. And then...
They already like me.
Okay.
I've got more followers than you.
Can we just sort this out, friends, with hashtag Team Englishman? Thank you. And
no. Wait. You're changing the subject. I have got more followers than you. When I posted on LinkedIn, when I posted about English and Englishman, what happened?
I think that you're more open to connecting with anyone.
Open to connecting with anyone. Mate, they're my fans. And an Aussie accent.
You coerce.
Wait. Can I just point out to the people who are watching here, and I'm not racist or anything. Every time you make a racist statement, you've got to start with, I'm not racist. But I'm not racist, but I have an Australian accent. Darrel doesn't. He's a nice guy and everything, you know, until you get to know him. But he does not have an Australian accent. And if you can't tell the difference, go with me.
I think there are pros and cons to having an Australian accent.
I think there are.
And I won't go into those. They're probably purely personal. Come on, now let's move on. Okay, let's move on past it. You know, this humble brag thing will go on forever. You know, I've been banging that drum for 5 years, and I'm sure that it's not going to go away in a hurry. We were going to touch upon, you know, because we're down to 7 minutes. You know, what's made you smile this week, Mr. English?
I'll tell you what hasn't made me smile. Is that okay?
Apart from me, you mean?
Well, apart from you. Okay, obviously. Olga Kirschenbaum in New York. She is driving me crazy. I just want to call her out. I hope she doesn't have expensive lawyers. But she and I are about to launch something. And she sent me an email. She said, we're going to launch this. I said, that is the best idea that I've heard ever. It was not like my reaction when you gave me this whole idea of English and Englishman. English and the Englishman. Get rid of the. And she had this brilliant idea. She said, reply to my email. She says it on LinkedIn, reply to my email. Why can't you just write to me and say, reply to my email? So what she's done is she's gone and told the world something's happening. So I've replied and I said, well, I'm just going to reveal this something. This project she and I are going to work together on. I'm going to reveal it while she's asleep. Because that's part of the advantage of being on the other side of the world where we walk upside down.
Well, just before you do.
Yep.
Just run it past Olga and, you know, the whole thing. Look, you know, you're going to need a pink logo.
You don't want to cross her. You stay on her side. She's tough. She's one tough cookie.
You're going to, okay. So if it's mainly for ladies, you're going to need a pink logo. If it's mainly for men, it's going to be a blue one.
Oh, that's how it works?
That's how it works. It's that simple, you know. And if you want to be a little bit more tactile, a bit more touchy-feely, pastel pink and pastel blue.
Pastel pink and pastel blue. Well, you know. So here, folks, why waste your time? Why waste your time doing a marketing degree just watch the last 15 seconds of English and Englishman, and you've got the clue to penetrating really into the feminine genius and the masculine, gift that the men have got. Like, it's just amazing. Just pink for girls and blue for boys.
Exactly.
Brilliant. I just wish, I'm just so glad that somebody's got the branding under control in here, because you sure don't.
What I like about what you've done here is that you've actually color coordinated your shirt roughly to, it's slightly, we're going to have a little bit of a chat about that.
Oh, so you're going to call this pink?
Well, it's probably
closer to pink than yours.
It's not red and it's not purple. It's not even burgundy. I think it's, I would call it deep cerise.
Deep cerise.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I got the shirt where I got the the best dad ever mug, right? So Yes.
Or cerise, so twilight.
And I bought the shirt in 1997, right? Yeah, go on.
I went to the shop and said, I really need a shirt for the English and Englishman show in 18 years time, or whatever, 12 years time, and 22 years. I don't know, like what, 1997, 2007, 22 years.
Get on with it. Just get on with it. Look, we got a producer who's about to cut us off. And they're going to probably cut. If you need to cut, just anything that's got Darrel on it, just cut. Get rid of it.
I need a shirt for that show in 22 years' time, and it needs to be Twilight Cerise.
Twilight Cerise.
Dearie me. We are going well. We are going, so okay. So what were you going to finish off this Olga statement? Were you?
Oh, I'm just saying that Olga's announced that she's not announcing anything. She just said, we're going to have an announcement, reply to your email. In fact, she didn't even say anything other than reply. And I just said, how does she get away with that? You got to be careful with women like that. Okay, Olga's one of there's plenty of them. And they got the sweetest smile, and they just got nerves of steel.
Yeah. I generally find, I think, after however many years of marriage, you just got to be careful with women generally.
Well, I've got 5 daughters.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only have one, and I have enough trouble with her.
Right.
So, I wanted to just say, I wanted to thank publicly Kerry Milne for her really well-written article. Is the stigma around mental health really improving? I don't think so. I don't want to get into that whole subject. We don't have time. But I'm really grateful for what she's written there. I might put a link to that in the YouTube description box or something. I also wanted to publicly thank Owen Robinson, who I can't say why, but he's been a huge encouragement to me. What has made me sad this week? What has made me sad this week is...
Can we just get some violins, music or something?
I'll try and bring some in from...
You bring them in? I just think that, empathy is important.
Yeah.
And, I think, go on, Darrel, go on, we'll listen.
It's the 95% of posts on LinkedIn that I just go...
It makes you sad.
It makes me sad because those businesses are completely...
Are they your posts?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not denying that mine have been swiped past from time to time. But the vast majority of businesses and professionals are posting stuff on LinkedIn thinking they are doing social, quote unquote, but all they're doing is wasting their time. There's no strategy, there's no thought, there's no understanding of the digital age. They just broadcasting. I'm sad about that. I'm sad for them. And it's, that's connected with the humblebrag thing,
Yeah. So I don't think businesses generally get LinkedIn.
No.
I think just the whole idea of having a personality on LinkedIn is like people are just hiding behind their logo.
Yeah, I agree.
I've got personality on LinkedIn. I don't know about you, Darrel, but I do.
Well, so you keep saying.
It's not me, mate. It's not me. It's the fans out there.
Yeah.
Okay, and now this is not time for me to humble brag. I'm quite humble. I'm humbled by those thousands of fans, and thousands is the number of fans who are coming here because of me.
Right.
Can I brag about what's this?
And all I can say is that we are fast approaching. Okay, you've got 5 seconds to brag.
2, 1, goodbye.
So friends, I think we are going to have to wrap it up there. Mr. English, it's been a pleasure sharing the kind of screen with you. Is that what we call it?
I think it's called the screen. Yes, I think that's what they call them, screens. Yeah.
Plans for the weekend?
With 7 children, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, there is a Lego brick exhibition somewhere here, and we'll be going to that tomorrow. And I'll probably fall asleep in the corner somewhere, whatever. But a pleasure, my friend. You know, joking aside, honoured to do this with you, and I look forward to next week.
Okay, you're not going to post this though, are you?
No, not at all.
It's not that good. No, it's really not that good.